Well, brides come to us by appointment only in the salon on 55th Street. We prefer by appointment only because it allows us to control the situation. They do the selection process. They come with all kinds of materials nowadays. They come with the iPhone, the Instagram, the books, tear sheets of what they want to wear, of what they think they want to wear. A lot of them have no idea. They think they want to wear something. We ask you the price to respect a certain price range. We ask you what price range you respect. We're not pulling dresses that are out of the range of price. There's nothing worse than falling in love with a dress that you can't afford to buy. It's heartbreaking for a bride. I want to know where you're getting married, when you're getting married. Is it a formal black tie wedding? Is it a daytime wedding at a beach? Is it in a restaurant? Because my store has not been open stock, which means most of the gowns are behind the scenes in a stock room. We pull them out. We have more control by pulling the right dress for the girl. We kind of narrow it down. We let her try every kind of shape she wants to try. A ball gown, a mermaid, a strapless of this one, and that one, this color, that kind of treatment, and then she kind of narrows. She knows herself when she looks good.
Right.
We let her find out for herself. So you want to pick the dress that makes you look the best because it's your best day. You're supposed to be looking the absolute best day of your life, the prettiest day of your life, next to giving birth. I think is when you get married. You can see it.
I see it.
And it has the top stitching done on the fabric. I mean that is expert tailoring. You just can't throw that.
Can't get it anywhere.
Can't get that anywhere. So it's expert detail. It's very subtle. But it's something couture. We select a dress. Sometimes girls buy on the first appointment, which happens. If you have the right support team, if you came with your mom, whoever's important in your decision-making process. We talk about measuring, customizations. Do you want it to have, is the neckline good for you? Do you want to raise it? Do you want to open the cup? That's at that process we have to start assessing. And we write the order up, submit it to the manufacturer, or in the case, my own manufacturing. And they process the order, and then it arrives, anywhere from 6 to 8 months later, and you start your fittings. Because after that, to do the alterations process, another 2 months of fitting the gown, and that's the process. It's quite complicated. In the couture business, it's not off the rack like certain stores. You walk in, you buy the dress, and you take it out with you. That's selling your sample. That's an off-the-rack situation. We're a couture, made-to-order business. So
But you actually get to know the bride.
Oh, we get to know them because you see them a few times, which is very nice.
That's wonderful.
It's very, you have to develop a relationship and trust.
Exactly.
A lot of trust. They could bead this, scatter beads, but that would be quite costly. We can also source another fabric tool. Then we do crinoline to give it shape. And this cuts out on the layer. This makes the dress full without being so many layers. And we do a horsehair trim. Truly, it was that I got to go to the Dior exhibit in Brooklyn for the second time. I went to see it in Paris a few years ago, and it was mind-blowing. But it was very intimidating because it was long lines, huge crowds. It was like a stampede. They walked you through the exhibit like in a line. You couldn't stop, you couldn't go back, you couldn't absorb it. But it was very impactful. And anybody in design, creative, was mind blown by seeing some of these things for the first time, like in real life. But they were at a distance, behind glass. They were on mannequins. And then when it came to Brooklyn last year during the pandemic, especially, when very few people went out, it was a more intimate exhibit. It had about probably 90% of what I saw in Paris and other things I didn't see. You couldn't see it in Paris, you saw it in Brooklyn because it was more intimate. And there was no rush, no push. You could just walk through at your pace, and boy, did I get up against that glass and the mannequin, look at that scene, look at that bow, look at this. And so I said, you know what, my collection is going to be based on couture, not Dior specifically, but the process of what couture is. And that means handmade, touched by the hand. Not machine made completely, but there's hand details that make it special. It fits a different way.
Looks different.
It looks different. It's constructed differently. So all my gowns, I think, fit in the category of that special details. Every one dress has some special design element. I don't put more than 1 or 2 on a dress because I don't want to overdo it. These are hand stitched rows.
Wow.
So it's using the machine to create this belt, create all this welting on the dress. It's not something I buy. It's something that is made and then custom shaped to the seam to cover it. Couture from the 50s kind of thing, like cuff Barbie doll dress. But I inserted this with a beautiful filigree organza with the bow fabric. So you touch that bow. See how pretty that is?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's stitched on.
That's so smooth.
Yeah.
Yes.
My store is at 110 East 55th Street, between Lexington and Park Avenue, close to the Park Avenue, on the 8th floor in the Park 55 building. And we will hopefully be moving our location. We've been there for 15 years and 5 in the previous address. We hope to be in our new location by the fall.